Hello coaches, my name is Ken Greibel and I am the Director of Recreation for Writing Community Ed. First of all, I just want to say thank you so much for coaching. Without you coaching, we cannot offer programs like this to our community and to our students here at Brighton. So first of all and foremost, thank you so much for doing this. I'm going to go over a few things. This will be in place of our coaches meeting. It seems this is easier to do. So after I go through all this, if you have any questions, definitely give me a call or email me, and I'd be happy to answer anything else that I may have missed or that you have questions about. But usually this kind of covers the gist of the program. On your first practice, you will have uniforms to give out. You also will be receiving a coaching packet. In the packet will be a few things. You will receive a coach's conduct. It will just go over what we expect and how you should act as a coach. Your job descriptions and expectations as a coach. You also will receive a coach's handbook. Now, this handbook is a generic handbook. It does not tie to basketball directly, but it kind of gives you an overview of what the BARC programs are, and if you have any major questions in a situation where you're not sure how to do something, it is in this. You don't have to read this through and through, but it's a good reference if you have questions in general about the program. On your first day of practice, how it all works is we expect coaches to try to be at the school 1st through 4th grade at 3:50. Maltby, 5th and 6th grade, to be at the school by 3:30. If you are by chance can't make the school on time, or you're going to be late, or you're going to miss, let me know in advance. Myself or Nick will be at every practice, so we can fill in and act as you until you arrive, or fill in as you until basically until next week, until you can make your next practice. So just let me know in advance, and we'd be happy to assist you in any way we can. What you're going to receive in your packet is a hard copy of your roster, also a check-in and out sheet. This sheet will look something like this, and on it, it'll be each day of your practice with a child's name on it and an in and out box. Each week, what we'll have you do is check the child in or out. Check them in, check them out each week. So what's going to happen is you arrive to school at your time, you go to your meeting area. The kids, once school gets let out, will go to that meeting area. You will put a check next to the name to make sure they're there. And then when parents pick up at 5:30, you will then check them out. Parents must come to you directly. They must come into the gym and get their kid from you directly. They cannot do my dad's in the car, I gotta go. They physically must make eye contact with you and you with them. If by chance a kid does not show up to practice and it's going on after 4 o'clock, let myself or Nick know. We will then go ahead and make sure the kid was in school that day, or we also will call the parents and let them know that the child did not make it. Sometimes they're talking to their friends, or they're in the bathroom, or they accidentally get on the bus. So we need to address transportation and the parent and let them know that status. So once they're all checked in, the kids then will get dressed and they can have snack. Once you finish snack, we can start our practices in the gym. There'll be multiple teams in the gym. We all will share quarters of the court. You'll be paired up half court each with the same age or grade. So if you want to do combination practices, you can. If you want to scrimmage, you'll have a full court to do that. I'll let you guys work that out. At your practices, if you are having issues or problems with a student, let me or Nick know. We will address it. If you're having problems or having issues in a drill, or trying to teach them something, or not sure how to teach them a good rebounding drill, let me or Nick know, and we'd be happy to help you. We're going to be there anyways, and we're there for you. But if you don't ask us, we can't help. So don't think you're going into this coaching thing blind and we're just telling you good luck. We will help you out if you need it, but we were not going to just step in and start doing your practice. Let us know. We'd be happy to assist you. Also, I'm going to email everybody later on is this coaching packet here for drills and programs. You will get a hard copy as well, but it's something to good to look through, especially with everybody starting up the first week. It's good to get an idea of maybe what you want to run, so this will give you some help. I recommend looking through this if you need help. Look through it a day before or the morning of. Don't look at it at practice right when you're starting to figure out what you're going to do. You only have a maximum of an hour and a half, and if you spend 8-10 minutes looking through this, you're losing practice time. So use your time wisely, and you'll be all set. And like I said, Nick and I will be there. I will have schedules out as well. They'll be posted on an online link. You can look at that. Those game schedules will be listed by the school and your coach, and basically the last name of the coach. So for myself, if I'm coaching, let's say at Hilton, it'll be Hilton, 3rd, 4th grade, Team Greibel. If you want to come up with a team name, that's fine. You can use your school mascot if you would like. All the uniforms will have that on it anyways. But if you want to use a different team name, that's fine. But for scheduling purposes, we just do it by coach's last name. That's kind of the rundown. You obviously will practice each week. If there's a snow day, we obviously won't have practice. Games will all be at Scranton. This is the first year that we're doing everything at Scranton, so nothing at Maltby, everything at Scranton. So we're going to have a pretty long day, like an 8 to 3 entire program time. But everybody will be scheduled, obviously, accordingly, starting with 1st, 2nd grade, going through 5th and 6th. We'll end with them. I'm going to go over rules, which I'll send out as well, and then the procedures of the game. Rules are actually pretty simple, pretty basic. 1st, 2nd grade, it's pretty simple. All basketball rules apply. They're not going to call. We're not really going to have any kind of shooting fouls, nothing like that. You cannot steal. You can block by the kids putting their hands up. If they jump, it's going to be tough to tell a 1st or 2nd grader that they can't jump. We're going to try to minimize that the best you can, but obviously the big thing is no stealing and no full court press. So basically, if your team has the ball, they're going into the zone, and the defense gets the ball, then your team will have to go back to their side, play defense, and let them come up. Once they cross the halfway line, then your team can then play defense. Everything we do is man-to-man. And let me just iterate real quick, too, about the stealing. If player A is going to pass it to player B and they send the pass out and your team intercepts the pass, then you can do that. That's the only exception where stealing is allowed, is when there's a pass being made. Besides that, they can't take it from another player. 3rd and 4th grade, 5th and 6th grade, you can steal, you can block. It's all basketball rules. I understand there is good pros and cons to stealing at that age. I've ran leagues in both. I understand both. I see both sides. However, I've seen more times than none, if you don't allow stealing at 3rd and 4th grade level, all the kid does is dribble with their head down. They dribble to the basket, their back's up to the player, and they just sit there and they just dribble. They never look up, and the entire team is doing this on them. That doesn't teach you anything. They need to teach a head up, have defense, pass the ball, move the ball around. So I understand it the other way. However, I've never seen where the no dribbling, no stealing rule helps out at that level. So in our level, you can steal off a dribble, and obviously you can block shots too. There will be shooting fouls. We will not do any double bonus, 1-and-1. We won't keep track of team fouls or player fouls. The referees are going to call that. So in 3rd and 4th grade, you will be adult referees, and in 5th and 6th, there will be adult referees. So they will make all those calls. Coaches can be on the bench coaching from the bench. And if there is a foul called, if it's on the floor, it's on the floor. If it's shooting, then it's shooting. 3rd and 4th grade, they can shoot from the free throw line, or they can move up a couple steps. 5th and 6th grade, they must shoot behind the free throw line. That's the only kind of exception in there. 1st and 2nd, you will actually officiate your own games. This way you can be out on the court with the kids, directing them where to go. Call your own team fouls, so you'll be going up and down the court with your team. So if your kid is double dribbling or being rough or traveling, call it on your own team, and that way you don't have opposite teams calling on each other's side. Just call your own. Clearly they're going to do it, but they need to learn now, because when they move up to 3rd and 4th, they're going to start calling those calls. So work with them the best you can, but if you call your own team stuff, that's fine. When it comes to the game itself, what's going to happen is we're going to have 4 8-minute quarters across the board, 1st through 6th grade. Your 5 will start. After 4 minutes with a dead ball, we're going to call subs. the 5 kids come off, the next 5 go on. If by chance you don't have 10 on your roster and you have 8 or 9, then clearly all 5 will come up, the new 4 will come on, and then you'll double shift 1 kid. I'm going to stress this now. Do not start and play your top guys or girls the entire game and sub out your weak players to say that you're subbing. If that happens, we will be having a conversation because that's not what we're trying to do here in BARC basketball. I understand if you only have 6 players, 1 kid's on the bench, you're going to have to sub everybody in and out. I get that. But if you have a full roster and a full bench, whoever plays comes off. Whoever is on the bench needs to come in, and then you can double shift anybody that's later on. We had it happen last year, and it did not go well. It's not what our program's about. Our program is strictly about skill development, learning the game of basketball, having fun, and teaching winning and losing, but not making that the main focus. The focus is skills, rebounding, dribbling, passing, shooting. That's what we want to win at. I don't do trophies. I don't do medals. I don't post scores. We will have the scores posted, obviously, on a scoreboard, but that's it. That's where it stays. If they win, they lose, they know that. The kids will learn from that. We don't need to broadcast it and try to win every game just so we can get a medal because, A, we don't have any. So that's kind of what we're here all about. So at your games, like I said, at the 8-minute mark, you will match everybody up. You will pair everybody up across the board at center court. They'll play for 4 minutes at a dead ball or a stoppage in play. We then will sub out, match them up again, sub them out again. Try to do the best with your matchups. If you have a girl on your team, match up with a girl on that team. Your weaker players with your weaker players, your stronger players with your stronger players. If you want to ask the coach, hey coach, who's your center or who's your point guard? Those are sometimes maybe your better players. You can match up your better player with their better player as a point guard. It's completely fine to do that, so you kind of have some kind of evenness on that. So I guess the last thing I'm going to say is in our games, please understand that this is a kid's game. These kids are probably more worried about who's bringing snack than probably who's winning and losing the game. So do not let emotions go high between coaches, between parents, and between officials. If there's an issue with an official, don't get confrontational. Come see me. I'm going to be at every game. Let me know what's going on. If we need to ask that official not to come back the next week, I will do that. But if there's a call made, I'm not going to overturn it. I got to support the officials and the calls that they make. But I will obviously look into it for the future if there are problems. So hopefully this answers all your questions. If you have anything else, let me know. Please make sure you email your teams once you receive your roster in your email, because if you don't, our weeks coming up become call centers, and every parent calls me to say who's my coach and what team am I on. So please email your parents. Very simple. Hi, this is Coach Greibel. I'm coach of your child's team. Looking forward to a great year. Please make sure they provide a snack and a water bottle and gym clothes. I look forward to our first practice on such and such day. We'll see you then. Thanks very much, Coach. Simple as that. Let them know you're there, and we should have a great season. I'll have schedules out to you guys as well. We had to make some last-minute changes due to some coach requests on times, but I'll get those to you. And if anything else, let me know in advance. If not, I will see you at your first practice. Thank you.